The cruelty of man has no limits. In these last times, many times we will have heard or read about the future arrival of the Third World War. But what if that futuristic time is up and this catastrophic event is about to begin? In this new video, MilitariLy will show you a hypothesis that demonstrates, with evidence based on statements made by the presidents Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump, together with military technological developments worldwide, that the Third World War is about to explode. It is very likely that in the coming years, a war will reoccur at the intercontinental level and, of course, it would be the most devastating that the world has known to date. Perhaps it has caught our attention that, in March 2018, the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, has addressed the chambers of the Federal Assembly with his annual message, announcing the presentation of his new nuclear weapons, which has the ability to defeat any anti-missile shield, including of the United States. The most striking thing about this meeting, compared to the previous ones, is that this time it has called a greater number of guests, and screens have been installed all over the world for the projection of information. This appears to be a clear message to the world that Russia is ready for war, and that it has the latest technology in military weaponry. Next, we will show you Russia's new nuclear weapons. Number 1. Sarmat missile. This super weapon, also known as Satan II, qualify it as invincible, undetectable, and without range limitations. It is equipped with a wide variety of very powerful nuclear munitions, which include supersonic missiles that have no range limits. It is capable of attacking targets from both the North Pole and the South Pole. No anti-missile system, even of the future, will be an obstacle, were the words of the Russian president. Number 2. Kinzhal missile. It is a missile that flies at hypersonic speed and even maneuvers throughout its trajectory, allowing it to dodge different obstacles while heading towards its target. Among other features, the ones that stand out the most are that it can reach a speed of 12,231 km per hour and more than 2,000 kilometers away. Putin assured that the MiG-31 aircraft already have this new hypersonic missile in their arsenal. Number 3. A Vanguard missile. It is a missile with intercontinental range. It is heading towards the target as if it were a meteorite, since it is enveloped in a cloud of fire due to its high speeds. What distinguishes this weapon system from other existing ones is the ability to fly in the atmosphere at intercontinental distances and at a hypersonic speed of 24,140 km/h. Its surface temperature reaches between 1600 and 2000 degrees Celsius. On the other hand, during his presentation, the president stressed that any attack on his allies will be considered an attack on his nation. The curious thing is that, coincidentally, one of its current allies is Syria, and just 3 weeks after the presentation, the United States and its allies, France and England, bombed Syria at strategic points of storage and manufacture of weapons. This bombardment was carried out at night, lasting more than 1 hour, where 113 missiles were launched. The reason for this bombardment was justified by an alleged prior chemical attack by Syrian agents. Could this attack by the United States have been a message to Russia that they are not afraid and ready for war? Another curious event was that in September 2018, 6 months after this presentation of arms by President Vladimir Putin, Russia rehearsed with its allies, China and Mongolia, the largest war games since the Soviet Union, more 40 years ago. We are talking about the Operation Vostok 2018. To contextualize the so-called war games, we will say that they are recreations of an armed confrontation, with rules that implement a certain simulation of technology, strategy, and military organization. In these warfare practices, more than 300,000 Russian soldiers, 3,200 Chinese soldiers, and hundreds of Mongols were the participants. Among its military equipment, there were 36,000 tanks, 1,000 planes, 180 helicopters, and more than 80 ships. During practice, the Russian armed forces and the Chinese People's Army staged a spectacular pitched battle, which began with the raid of a squad of assault helicopters in the style of a Hollywood movie. This was followed by tanks and armor, including the legendary T-72 and heavy artillery pieces, the drop-off of airborne forces, and the launch of Tornado shuttles. After this, finally, it would be the turn of the Thor and back missile batteries that filled the sky with radio-controlled rockets, while the colophon was put by the Su-24 bombers and the Su-25 fighters, which left the battlefield full of craters and columns of smoke. One last piece of information is that at the end of 2018, President Donald Trump announced that he will end the International Treaty of Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces, better known as INF, by its main initials, which was signed in 1987 between the Soviet Union and the United States, which prevented the manufacture of nuclear weapons. By ending this agreement, both countries could manufacture nuclear weapons without any impediment or restriction. And what do you think? Why are the great powers so equipped with these types of weapons? And who do you think would win if this new war starts? Leave us your opinion in the comment thread, and please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and activate notifications, because excellent videos are coming. This is MilitariLy. Thanks for joining us until the end, and see you in the next video.